statement. I believe the member for Chaffey is seeking the call.
Thank you, and Minister, thank you for your update. Minister, I have a question, Budget Paper 4, Volume 1, page 190. Minister, can you provide an update on how measures in the budget support schools and preschools in my electorate of Chaffey and how other local works are progressing, please?
Thank the member for Chaffey for the question. It's been obviously a very significant injection of cash into a lot of our schools and our preschools through this budget's allocation of grants of $30,000 for urgent maintenance works in our preschool and grants of between $20,000 and $100,000 to all of our public schools in South Australia. And schools in Chaffey will benefit, preschools in Chaffey will benefit. It comes on top of the $20,000 grants that all of our preschools had earlier in the year. Now, there's a range of activities that our preschools have undertaken to spend that $20,000. Most of them have spent it and the works have been done, whether that's painting or tiling or roofing or outdoor play areas being upgraded. And indeed, one thing that many of them have had in common is they've been able to identify a use for a further $30,000. So I know that many of them will have no trouble. So whether it's Barmah, Berry, Glossop, Loxton, Monash, Morgan, Renmark North, Renmark West, Swan Reach or Wakery, all of the children's centres and preschools in the Chaffey electorate are now, no doubt now being able to apply themselves to the task of how to spend that $30,000 grant, and then grants of between $20,000 and $100,000 for all of the schools in the electorate. So this is over and above the usual minor works maintenance that is provided by the department, which is in that order of $12 to $16 million a year from central office to support schools over and above the maintenance money that's available in their res to spend supporting maintenance projects in their school. So all of those schools can now undertake projects, and they can be of different scales depending on the size of their grant. Earlier in the year, we also were able to knock off a significant number, more than 100 projects on the Department for Education's maintenance list of the projects that had been approved for minor works but were awaiting funding, and that included $80,000 for the Cobdogla Primary School and $150,000 for Wakery High School, which were able to benefit. Meanwhile, the capital works projects in the seat of Chaffey at Glossop High School, where there's a $17.2 million project to bring the two campuses onto one site at Berry, is progressing well, as is Loxton High School's and Renmark's High School's projects, which we were able to talk about. Renmark High School when we visited earlier in the year, they are all absolutely on track to be completed next year.